Welcome back, everybody. This is the Sweet Science Podcast. This is not an official episode. This is just a fight breakdown / prediction / picks kind of video. We thought we'd just touch on something. This is your boy, before we go any further, Fat Mouse. Who else we got in here?
I'm Cash with a K and not C.
Absolutely sensational. Guys, before we go anywhere, let's just comment, like and subscribe. Just subscribe, just like it, just comment. So just do all three, please. Thanks. So like I said, this is not an episode. The episode will be dropping on Tuesday. We'll be recording that on Sunday, straight off the fights. Before that, we wanted to just have a little conversation, really, and give you guys our thoughts on the upcoming madness of a fight, which is obviously KAMARU Usman versus Gilbert Burns. Friends turned foes. Wow. Okay, then. So, yeah, we just wanted to have a little conversation about that. Cash, I think you had a couple of points you wanted to cover.
Yeah, man. So we're excited, obviously, clearly excited for the fight. UFC welterweight titles on the line this Saturday night. UFC 258, I think it is. UFC 258.
Might be right. I never know these.
I think it's UFC 258. And yeah, Usman defends his title for the second time. No worries. Against Gilbert Burns. Both former teammates, as obviously Mouse mentioned, both training under Henry Hooft previously, under the Black Zillions previously as well. And Gilbert worked his way up the rankings, was motivated by KAMARU, and now they fight. It's always intriguing when two former campmates, teammates, friends fight each other. DC and Ariel Helwani touched on it previously as well, that when you're fighting someone from the same camp, one of you generally knows who's the better man, and KAMARU came out today and said that they both know that him and Gilbert know what's going to happen. It's a very, very, very tough fight. It's hard to predict who's going to win the fight. It's very difficult because I give KAMARU Usman the heads up. I think he's against most guys, basically. Against a lot of the guys in the division. Sorry, wrong choice of word. Cool. I give him the edge.
Trying to give him like some inside knowledge.
Sorry. I give him I give him the edge.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Against most of the guys in the division.
Yeah.
But Gilbert poses a different threat. Not only is he good in the clinch, a good grappler, good on the ground, a good striker, just a very well-rounded fighter like KAMARU is himself, but they've worked together for years. Yeah? And I don't know if sometimes I believe into it, I sort of think about it and I'm like, yeah, I buy into the hype and I'm like, yeah, they know each other. Someone knows that this is what he does and what he doesn't. But that's inside the training ground, the gym. Do you know what I mean? When it comes under the lights,
okay,
and it's time to go.
Yeah, but
I really haven't seen, apart from Covington where they just traded, haven't really seen KAMARU tested in a long time. I've seen him dominate a lot of guys.
It's more like who better to test him than somebody that has been there day in, day out, trained with him, knows him inside out,
100%.
Knows what gets him fatigued, knows what his weaknesses are, knows what his strengths are to avoid. Do you understand? And they're not just teammates. They were. I mean, they still are. I'm sure there's still respect there. Am I too far away? Yeah, I'm sure there's still respect there. But no,
there's definitely respect.
When it comes to business is business. Or when it comes 100%, to business, is business. And KAMARU blatantly said, like, listen, he's stopping my girl from going private school. I'm not gonna have that. He's coming to take something that's mine. So game face is on now.
What do you think of this? So when I was thinking about it, I was like, sometimes the edge usually goes with the guy who stays with the same camp. Because what happens is it's hard to change camp so late in your career and change fundamental flaws in your camp. But so for the background, obviously, they were both under Henry Hooft previously. Now KAMARU's gone over to Denver to train under Trevor Whitman. And Trevor Whitman is one of the best minds in the business. He's guided the likes of, quite recently, Justin Gaethje to an interim title, Rose Namajunas as champion before she lost it. And he's just very well respected in MMA, in mixed martial arts. He makes his fighters think a lot. They're very smart, cerebral in their approach. But he said it in an interview as well. He's like, I'm not trying to change Usman. I know I'm not here to change him. He's already done what he needed to do. Like, I'm not going to change what got him to the dance, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
He's already the champion. I'm just going to tweak little things in his arsenal, in his toolbox, to make him sharper, to make him stronger, to make him better, to make him faster.
And I think that's wise from Whitman.
And this is what I was going to ask you, is when I was thinking about it before, I was like, oh, I think Burns is going to have the advantage because of the continuity in the camp, the consistency and staying with the same training partners, same camp. And
actually, it's not just, sorry to cut you off.
No,
it's fine. You've got something to say, but it's not just Gilbert that knows Usman, it's the whole team. So they can all say, I did this with him, and you know, he had problems. Do you understand? They'll just know all the ins and outs.
100%.
I'll let you continue, but then I do want to run back on that one again. Sorry.
But then the more I thought about it, and I said, so far in this point, so if we look at it like in terms of say distance traveled, Kamaru's got this far. Let me try to put it on camera, like this far, with this skill set, and he's dominated a lot of guys.
Yes.
Again, like I was saying before, usually you'd think that I'd think myself, he's changing camps against someone who's in the same camp as him. They know everything about him. Maybe this is a bad idea. You know, maybe the champion should have stayed with his trainer, and Gilbert should have gone off. Yeah. But then when I think about who he's moved to, and the fact that Kamaru said to himself, I know everything, they've know, and now I'm adding more to my arsenal.
That's exactly it. So what I'm going to say is, if it's going to have any effect on Usman's camp and his training and his style, it's only going to be an improvement. Do you get me? Like you said, he would have to make some, like, what's the word, man? Like fundamental changes for it to go downhill.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's just making little tweaks, throwing in some curveballs. You understand? Just these little things that a fresh set of eyes will see. Understand? So the fresh set of eyes, obviously being Trevor Whitman, and then you've got like just the fact that these guys, they know everything so far inside out about they've trained with him for so long. Now what happens is he comes in with a slightly different style, a slightly different approach that he's got from Whitman, and they're not prepared for that. They're like, okay, so we're expecting this, and that. Whitman's probably got the foresight to say, this is what they'll be expecting of you. And this is what you're going to do, but this is how you're going to make little changes. For example. So, it's I think it adds a dimension, not a massive one. It's too short time for it to be something crazy. They were meant to fight last year anyway. Do you understand?
Exactly,
so it's been a while.
I think it's a benefit for both of them, because I think when it originally happened, it was going to happen in the first Fight Island card since the pandemic started, and I think if it happened then, I think it would have been even closer and harder than I think it will be now. I think it will be a difficult fight. So let me stop waffling and beating around the bush. I feel as though this is going to be Usman's toughest test up to date. I have him winning the fight. I really, really rate Kamaru. I think he is a dominant wrecking machine, like a wrestling monster, so strong. And just, when you see someone and you're like, he's got presence. I feel that. But with Gilbert, I see something similar. I see someone as hungry, but someone who's got different tools in his arsenal to help him win the fight. Whereas, like, let me go back to Kamaru's last fight. Sorry, was it his last fight? Who was Kamaru? Was it Covington or Masvidal? Masvidal, sorry. Yeah. Apart from the hype behind Masvidal at the time, in my heart of hearts, I didn't think he was going to win. If you're going off the momentum, everyone was like, yeah, Masvidal's the man of the moment. Kind of.
And that's easy to go.
But if you look at fundamentals of mixed martial arts, apart from striking, in my opinion, kicking, punching, hit, just the striking in general, Kamaru beats him nearly everywhere else.
And who are we talking about here now? Masvidal or Burns?
Masvidal.
Okay, yeah.
And then that's why it was the way it played out. Kamaru just had to hold on to him, grab him, and basically clinch him the whole fight and dominate that way because he's so strong and so well versed in that position and in that field.
That's just that's home.
Yeah,
you understand.
But then we go to Gilbert, who is now a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Yeah. Excuse me. 3-time national champion, I think it is. A very, very good wrestler. Very, very good grappler. He's probably better than Kamaru,
I think he is,
in the grappling department.
I think he is.
Do you know what I mean?
Too serious, yeah.
I feel as though he is quicker on his feet with his hands. Kamaru, to me, feels very clunky. He's a very big guy. He's very big for the weight.
He's a bit. The word's not stiff. I don't want to use the word stiff.
He's not stiff. He's clunky. I think clunky and stiff are different. I don't know how to explain it. He seems.
Stiff, but it's not stiff.
No, he's not.
It's just he's a little bit of a. In terms of, I don't want to liken him to this. It's such a strange likening, but striking ability. If you were to base it on boxing versus boxing, it's like a De La Hoya. Do you understand? It's like a very rigid kind of.
Yes.
It's very rigid. He just looks a bit tense.
Correct. Tense is a good word. Tense is a very good word. And I was watching episode 1 of the Embedded or whatever it was, and Danny doesn't watch too much UFC, and Danny said to me straight away, he was like, Gilbert looks explosive. He looks very explosive, and you just see that in his training. It's just those fast twitch muscle fibers. And
type 2s, baby.
Kamaru gets hit a lot. I don't know if it was maybe because he's got a very good chin. I've never really seen him hurt.
Yes.
Woodley clocked him a few times. Didn't do much. Covington, they went to war.
He hasn't lost since 2013.
But that's what I'm saying.
He's lost in the UFC.
And I'm just saying to myself, like, can I see Gilbert knocking him out? I see a lot of people think that he can. Gilbert's powerful and explosive, and if you do get hit in the right place, you can get switched off at any moment.
Yeah, of course.
I just don't know if it will happen because I think Usman's IQ is very underrated. I don't think a lot of people just think he's a big, strong guy and he's going to hold you. He's smart, man.
He's smart with it.
He's so smart.
The reason why people view him as boring is because everything he's doing is effective and down to a T, and it's like, it doesn't have to look flashy. It doesn't have to be. If it gets you to win, it gets you to win. Last 6 fights have been on points. Do you get me? But he's won them all. A little bit, do you understand? Like a little bit boring, quote unquote. But it's what, like you said, it's what got him to the dance. And that's how he gets there.
Like the Masvidal fight, everyone was complaining about, toe stomps and all these jokes people were making. But what did you want him to do? Is he going to go in it and strike with someone who's going to... Who could light him up? Masvidal's hands are beautiful. You've seen the way he strikes. Boom, boom, boom. Combinations, flow. The guy's been fighting for years. Do you get me? I'm talking about proper scrapping for years. And I'm going for
who have they fought mutually? Damian Maia.
Anyone else? Well, Kamaru won against Damian Maia on points. Kind of dominated him, but Gilbert stopped him. Gilbert popped him with a huge shot.
Both finished off the jump. But to go the distance with Damian Maia is a big thing as well.
100%, because it's not easy to dominate and keep someone like that away and off of you for 5 rounds. Someone just grab your arm and break your arm or bloody hurt you badly. It's tough. It's such a good fight.
It's just an entertaining fight, man. Exactly. Burns definitely more versatile, man. His grappling is on a madness, man. But it's tough. I would say, are we calling it or are we just?
Yeah, I called it. I think I think Usman wins. I'm gonna go fifth. I'm gonna go unanimous decision.
Distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on points.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say as well.
A close unanimous
points,
decision.
It's gonna
Sorry.
be points. A points win. Unanimous decision. Yeah, go on. Then. Might not be. I can't guarantee you that. Do you get me? But it's gonna be a case of, it will go the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? I don't think Usman can be stopped by Burns, although that's more likely than the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And Usman stopping.
My only worry is the only worry I really have is Usman getting tapped out, getting submitted. I feel if Usman's got.
Why is that a worry? It's fine if it is, though.
No, but you know what I mean. For his sake, innit? Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
Like one of he's got very long limbs, very long arms,
yes.
If they get to the ground and Usman's got him, if he is not as dominant and as strong as he usually is, Gilbert could break out and grab one of them arms and try and snap it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very high possibility that it could end in submission for Gilbert.
You know, it's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. Flip.
2 days.
It's in 2 days. Dang.
I think if this comes out, it'll probably come out with a day.
Yeah. So it's Thursday evening right now, and I was excited thinking it was Friday night, but it's not.
Good fight, exciting fight. I'm gonna go with KAMARU to win, defend the title. I'm gonna go with a close unanimous decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But I will not be surprised if Gilbert does win. But I like both guys, so
yeah, it's not a surprise if Gilbert wins. It's just a slightly bigger surprise because we're expecting Usman to win, innit? And yeah, it's an entertaining fight. It's something that I'm looking forward to this weekend. I do have to say, like, Dana White is just getting more and more spectacular with his matchmaking. And again, I know this is old news, if you like, innit? But it's finally happening. So this is the point where I start to, lick my chops, as they say, and get excited. I'm going again with also a points decision in Usman's favour. Whether it be flipping unanimous or not, let's just say, but whatever in it. But it's going to be relatively dominant. Now, that's not to say that Burns is incapable of owning the fight in spots. You understand? But I just think overall, Usman's just got he's got more experience in this position. He's got more experience under the lights, like Cash said. Like under those lights there, you're a different person. And you have to perform. You can't choke, you can't get gun shy, you can't do any of this.
You mentioned it as well. You said, I can't believe I forgot. They've got another guy in common, Tyron Woodley.
Oh snap! Yeah, of course.
Burns' last fight was Woodley, wasn't it? And he dominated him. And obviously Usman won the title in a very, very impressive fashion. Like, it was such a good...
I would say they're two different Woodleys at that point anyway. But you can't... I don't want to say there's not much of a take home from Woodley anymore. It's peaking it. He's in a dark place right now. He's coming back. I think he said he's changing up everything.
He's fighting Vicente Luque soon.
Yeah. I'm looking for
he's got a fight against Vicente Luque. But yeah, the way Woodley fell off was crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, when Usman beat Woodley,
that was the beginning of the end, mate.
It was, I had Woodley winning that fight. I had Woodley going into that fight winning.
Yeah,
because Woodley just doing everything he can to just either spark people into a different dimension, or he'd dominate you on the ground. So powerful, so strong, so explosive. Again, similar to it's a lot similar to Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
And the only thing that Burns is, I think Woodley was more powerful in terms of his punching power, but Burns, in my opinion, was the more complete grappler because of his jiu-jitsu. So,
yeah,
let's see.
The jiu-jitsu could take him to, his jiu-jitsu, Burns' jiu-jitsu could be the deciding factor. But then he's got versatility. It's a tough call, man. It's a tough call. I'm going to stick to it. You know what I mean? It's what I said. I'm going to stick to it. It's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, man.
Thanks for tuning into a little insight video, a little breakdown, a little prediction video with us for the upcoming
Let us
fights.
know what you think down below.
100%.
Who gets it? Why?
How?
And how? Yeah. Who gets it? How and why? Be in depth with it. Be descriptive with it. Yeah?
Let us know.
Guys, I've been your boy, Fat Mouse.
I've been Cash with a K and not a C.
We're out. It's been done. That's it. Let us know what you think. Subscribe, follow, like, you know.
Subscribe.
Follow,
Subscribe.
like.